Sam woke up in the hospital after a car accident. He didn't remember anything. 3 women came to Sam's room. Each of them claimed to be his wife.
I hope our Mercedes wasn't totaled.
You're alive. That's what matters. We can always fix the car.
I was so worried. The mechanic called. They said the rear bumper is completely smashed.
Which woman is Sam's wife? Sam's wife is the second woman. The first woman said it was a Mercedes, but Sam drives a BMW. The third woman mentioned the rear bumper, but Sam hit a pole head-on. He damaged the front bumper, not the back.
Hey babe, already got myself an Uber. I'll be home soon.
Miranda never came home. Jacob called a missing persons hotline. The detective detained 3 suspects: Macy, Miranda's friend, Sean from work, and Sam, a neighbor.
I just got back from vacation today.
I bumped into Miranda at the mall. She was about to go home. We just chatted for a minute. That was it.
I saw her drive off somewhere in the evening.
Who's lying? Sean's lying. Miranda was at the theater that night, not the mall. Jack owes money to the mafia. They're out looking for him. He checked into a hotel. His home wasn't safe right now. Jack chose a luxury hotel, high security. He locked himself in his room. A few hours later, a man knocked on the door, said he worked for the hotel. Jack opened the door, got scared, and jumped out the window. Why? Hotel staff all wear the same uniform. That man at the door was wearing something different. The mob must have sent him. Someone saw a broken down car on the road. There was a man inside. They called an ambulance. The doctor said there was nothing he could do. It was too serious. At first, the detective thought it was an accident. He searched the victim's pockets and found a passport, driver's license, a couple of bills, and car keys. This was no accident. Someone faked the whole thing. How did he know? The car keys were in the man's pocket, not in the ignition. He wouldn't have bothered to move them after the crash. He was set up. Travis was attacked in a restaurant. There were only 3 other people in there.
I was waiting for the barista to make me a coffee.
I went out back to call my wife. We only had 2 customers. I was getting my coat from the rack. Who attacked Travis? The receptionist. The barista story was a lie. There were only 4 people in the restaurant. A detective was chasing a jewelry thief. The thief managed to get away. Later on, the detective was at a building site. He saw the thief passing a note to his friend. Looks like he's hidden the jewels. And that note probably says where. But it's encrypted. Where are the jewels? The spaces are in the wrong place. It says, jewels are in a drain pipe near the animal market. Tom collected rare vinyl recordings, you know, the kind old people like. He had over 500, worth about $200,000. Tom came home late at night. his house was a mess, and his collection was gone. No! A detective showed up soon after and found 3 suspects, Tom's neighbors. The detective told them about the robbery. Then he asked them what they were up to.
I was home cooking dinner.
I was in bed all day. Felt really bad. Got a cold.
I was with my friends at the bar. You want their names? Who lied? Lucy. She said she was in bed with a cold, but she's wearing a dress and makeup. She's obviously lying. Eric woke up and found his wife lying there, unconscious. He called an ambulance. The doctor said it looked like an overdose.
Did you check for prints?
Yes, 1 set of prints on everything. The wife's.
The police officer questioned Eric.
Well, I got home late. I brought her food and this bottle of juice, but my wife flipped out. She went to her room and slammed the door. I came in this morning to apologize. Then I saw her. I didn't touch anything, just called you. Does she usually take sleeping pills?
Honestly, no idea. We've been sleeping in separate beds for a while. The policeman detained Eric. Why? The juice bottle only had the woman's prints on it, not Eric's. He must have wiped off his prints after someone hit Mike on the back of the head and robbed him. His neighbors found him and called the police. The detective examined Mike's clothing. He had a wallet and key in his inside jacket pocket, and a ticket and gold coin in his outer pocket. The detective questioned Mike's neighbor. I was minding my own business. Then I heard some clinking. I saw Mike running down the stairs. I went over and found Mike lying next to the entrance.
What kind of clinking?
Probably that gold coin Mike always had on him. I heard it's worth thousands.
I'm starting to think you hit Mike on the head.
How did he know? The neighbor said he heard Mike's coin clinking, but there wasn't anything else in that pocket, apart from the ticket. It wouldn't have made any noise. Martin and Lucy were on a date at a restaurant. After, Martin invited Lucy back to his house.
I live in a luxury house in the suburbs.
When they got there, Lucy looked around. She realized that Martin had lied about the house. How did she know? This isn't Martin's house. He's just the cook.